Yo, what's up, party people? It's your boy, ladies, but welcome to my YouTube channel. I'll be assisting you with your homework assignments and exercises, alright, in programming and math related topics, alright. So, such as data structure and algorithms, numerical method, discrete math, algebra, and so on and so forth. You know them, name them, alright. So, what I would advise you to do is to stay, watch, like, comment, subscribe, and learn. Alright, see you in the video. Thank you. Okay, now assuming you're given this problem, write an algorithm to insert into and delete from a linked list. Consider all possibilities. So this is the solution. You start by the insertion and set at the front. These are the possibilities. You insert at the front, insert at the end, insert after or before a node, at the middle, delete at the front, at the end, and after and before a node. Okay, now, so given this problem, you have 4 different nodes in a linked list, all right? So this is a singly linked list where you have the pointer and the data, right? Unlike the double linked list, you need to have the pointer to the next node and a pointer to the previous node. So, but with the singly linked list, you have just the pointer to the next node. So the A here is the head. So we're trying to insert, let's say, O. So this is the data and this is the pointer. We're trying to insert O at the front. So we're taking the first case. So to insert O at the front, you take the pointer of O, point it to A, which is the head now, then make O the head. So it's going to be done this way. So then O becomes your new head. So to write the algorithm, right, the first thing you need to do, as usual, begin. You've been writing algorithm, there's no first time. Good. So the first thing you need to do, you need to initialize the node, the O you're trying to insert into the linked list. Right? So first, set new node dot data equals to data. All right, so you're assigning data into new node dot data. Then the next one, 3, new node dot next. So usually the next is assumed to be the pointer. Points to node A. Node A. Right. Then 4th one. Make head new node. Then that's all. And we have to insert at the end, just like the first one. We have to do the diagram, the graphics. So inserting at the end, we'll just get our A here, points to B, points, this is the head, points to C, points to D, right? Then our O over here, assume we want to insert O, our O over here. So O right now will point to null, then D points to O, then O becomes the tail. All right. Now it's time to write the algorithm to insert at the end after we've drawn the diagram, right? So first, as usual, we begin. Second, we initialize set new underscore node dot data equals to data. That means we're assigning the data into the data part of the new node. Next, we point. Remember, D was the last node pointing to null, right? So now we point D. So node D dot next, we point it to new node. Fourth step, new node dot next, which is the pointer, will point it to null, and that's it. So we've inserted the new node. So now we are at the third possibility, insert after or before a node, the middle. So this is the head, this is the list of the node again. Alright, so assuming we want to insert after node B, alright, so the same thing, we're inserting O. So our head as usual is still where it is. A seems like the head of the game. Then we point to node B. This is a specific point. So node B now points to our new node, which is O, and our new node O points to C for Celestine. Then C points to D, and D points to null, and that's O in the linked list. So it's just all about manipulating the pointer that you point to the next node, or then the previous one points to the new node, just like that. Okay, so now is the time to write the algorithm to insert after a specific node. I'm pretty sure now you're getting what's going on. After the diagram, then the algorithm, as usual, just to explain to your professor well that you know what you're doing. All right, so now move on to the next one. As usual, we begin. So in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. So in the beginning, you write begin of an algorithm. I don't know, this is spelling of begin, right? Good. So now the next one, you check, right? So before you insert anything after a specific node or before a node, you have to know if the node actually exists in the linked list. So you have to check for the previous node. So let's just assume that, okay, we don't know the node that we are putting it in. So at first we said B, right? So let's just call B prev node, right? The previous node. So node, if prev node, it's none. It's like we're checking if it exists. Check. There's a comment. Pretty sure you've done C++. Check if prev node exists. Right, so this will check if it exists. Then if it doesn't exist, just display the specific node, specified node does not exist, right? Then exit the program. Else then this is the time you initialize your node. Initialize new node, set new node dot data as usual equals to data. You assign data to new node. fifth step, you set just assign new node that's next. You point it to the prev node. Oh, sorry, I just realized a mistake. So we are talking about after a specific node, not before a specific node. So the fifth one, so we'll point the prev node rather, right? The prev node pointer, assuming it's B. So the pointer, as usual, we call it dot next. It should be pointing to our new node, just like the diagram. Our new node. Then our new node dot pointer should be pointing to next node. All right, and that is the end of the show. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Deleting at the end, after or before a node, is just as similar to deleting at the front, right? So just do the same process, draw the diagram and write the algorithm. So the key things is just the pointer pointing to something and the pointer pointing to nothing. So if it's pointing to nothing, then it's gone, it's out of the linked list. So the remaining parts should be a trial session for you. Just do it yourself to see if you have the understanding of what's going on so far in the video. Thank you so much for watching to the end, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with friends. All right.